Good morning, everyone. Good morning. We welcome you to the Center of Peace Sacred Service. The Center of Peace is part of the Centers for Spiritual Living. Our senior minister is Reverend Tawana Malone. She is also our spiritual leader. Reverend Tawana will not be here today. However, we will have a special service today, a question and answer service allowing people to ask questions that they may have about Science of Mind teachings. Okay. Reverend Tawana will be returning next week. Okay. We have our licensed practitioners assisting our service. Leading us in meditation is Deborah Napper. Leading us in treatment is Callista Dorsey. Leading us in our sacred reading and affirmation is Sandra Forrest. Jackie Jackson is holding consciousness from afar. She is in quiet repose, knowing the highest and best unfolding for our service. On the chakra bowl, we have Cynthia Banks, bringing our attention and our awareness to the present moment. The music will be performed by Marcy Francis, Kamara Jordan, and Janice McDonald. And Jan Jeffries. Thank you. Greeting all who walk into the space is Linda Singleton and Sheila Denigan. I think we are ready to start. Except for one thing. We have Al, Vern, and Nicole on the ones and twos. I think we're now ready to start.
Good morning, Center of Peace family and friends, if there are, but I think as you come to Center of Peace, you become family. I'm going to guide you and lead you into this meditation, so I'm going to ask you, if you want, you can keep... Oh, I'm sorry, you can't hear me. Is this better? Okay, I apologize. So if you want to keep your eyes open, you're more than welcome. If you want to close them. So I like to start with some breathing, and I like to do a 4-second inhale and a 7-second slow exhale. And as you exhale, just pay attention to your body, starting with the top of your head. And any place there's tension, acknowledge it and release it. So breathe in, 2, 3, 4, a slow exhale, and scan down. And as you're scanning down from your head to your neck, through your face, past your face, I'm just going to give you some affirmations to think about. Continue to breathing and relaxing. One of the I am affirmations I'm going to give you is I am confident. I know that the divine in me will guide me in my day. If I have any questions or doubt, answers will come. I am beautiful. I'm made by the Creator who creates beautifully, perfectly, and in love. from love, as love. I am beautiful. I am intelligent. Universal intelligence flows in, through, around me, guiding me, providing for me, leading me, and is always with me. I just have to sit and tap into it. Intelligence is an aspect of my being. I am joyful. I have a wonderful personality that radiates joy, kindness, and I am pleasant to be with. I am energetic. I have all the energy I need to fulfill all that I seek in my day and in my life. I am generous. I am generous with my intelligence, my thoughts, my joy, my happiness. I share it. I give it freely to anyone who wants to receive it. I am strong. I am made that way by divine to help where one needs my help, and I'm able to do it in strength, gently, until the person is secure enough to move forward themselves alone. I am an expression of the great I am, magnificent in my being, radiant in my actions, graceful in my manner and exchange with each person that comes in contact with me. As I speak these affirmations for myself, I know these affirmation is true for each and every person in this room and outside of this room. And so it is.
Let us all take a breath. Let us all take a breath of gratitude, a breath of joy and a breath of love as we all recognize the Creator who is always present. There's never a moment that the Creator is not present. The Creator has created everything. The Creator has created the sun, the moon, the sky, the raindrops, all for you. The Creator has created an unconditional love that continues to flow through each one of us in every moment of our lives. I'm knowing this to be true. I'm knowing that the Creator has created each one of you, because that's what the Creator does. And the Creator creates perfect, whole, and complete. It's not a question in my mind, so I am knowing that there's not a question in anyone's mind of the fact that you are perfect, whole, and complete, because that's what the Creator does. And that you are loved, and lovable. That's what the Creator does. The Creator is whole, perfect, and complete, and cannot create anything less. So I am knowing that you are the Creator here on earth, representing the love, the joy, and the peace that has been put within you. So I am recognizing that truth because I know we are all one. And we're all united together. That there is love within Callista, as well as I know it's love within each one of you that are here today, and each one of you that can hear my voice. And I know that the energy of my voice is traveling so far that I'm not even able to vision it, because the Creator is always visioning higher than I could ever vision. And I believe that. I am blessed in this service, knowing that it is already unfolded, and we only have to step into it and accept and be clear of what we are receiving and what we are also giving. I am blessed in Reverend Tawana, knowing that she knows who she is and she continues to express it through her words and her deeds. And I'm blessed in everyone that has traveled with her, knowing that they are having a wonderful time, because we all send them away with blessings and prayers. So I am blessing knowing the truth. So today is a good day. Today is a day to be grateful. Today is a day to forgive anything that you have created because of fear. Release it and let it go. Why not? You've been carrying it too long. The bag is heavy. And it's not your truth, because your truth is love. That is what you are here to express. That is your purpose. So everyone you come in contact with, allow them to know your truth because of that smile from your heart that continues to show that deep within, you are purposely loving each one you come in contact with. So I am knowing that today will continue to be what it is that you are co-creating, because God is always with you. So take that moment to go into the silence to be able to hear that inner voice when it's speaking to you, because that's what allows you to be who you are. So I know today you will continue to smile. You will continue to giggle when necessary and have a belly laugh, because it's all God. And everything today is unfolding just as it should, because God is present. And I am knowing this truth. So today I say thank you. I say thank you, Mother, Father, God, that at every breath I take, I know it's a gift, and I say thank you. That every time my heart beats, I know it's a moment to say thank you. And I ask each one of you to remember that, to remember to say thank you, thank you, thank you, Mother, Father, God, for this life that I am co-creating that continues to unfold in that divine order. So my words now are gathered, and I know they're spoken from a place within me, and I know it's already accepted by each one of you, and I know that God has already accepted, because God is an affirmative God. God says yes all the time. So there's nothing more to say, and I ask that you all agree with me by saying, and so it is.
Thank you, Callista, for that powerful treatment. And thank you, Deborah, for that wonderful meditation. Please turn your attention to our vision and mission statement. You'll find it behind me, to the right of me, as well as there are copies in the chairs in front of you. Please say it aloud with me. Our vision: a loving and peaceful world where all of humanity is honored as the divinity within is experienced. Our mission: the center of peace is a loving, inclusive, and vibrant community that utilizes and demonstrates spiritual principles and practices to cultivate powerful individuals who together create peace throughout the world. And so it is. Everyone, please stand and join in the singing of our congregational song, which was written by Bayless Webb, one of our retired practitioners. I am one.
I'm one with Spirit, the Holy Spirit, and it dwells inside of me. This perfect Spirit, pure loving Spirit, rests in everything I see. God walks beside me, protects and guides me. It's ever with me wherever I go. God's life is my life. I know God's life is my life. I know God's life is my life. I know.
So while you're still standing, let's take a moment and gaze around the room, letting your eyes fall wherever they may. Recognize the humanity of the person that you are looking at and welcome them to the Center of Peace Sunday celebration. All right, you can have a seat. Like to take a moment to welcome our guests. Is there anyone here for the first time today? If so, please stand. Okay, Center of Peace attendees today, let's outstretch our arms to each other and welcome each other. Repeat after me. Welcome to the Center of Peace.
Welcome to the Center of Peace.
I know who you are.
I know who you are.
A perfect expression of the divinity within.
A perfect expression of the divinity within.
Welcome.
Welcome.
And so it is. Announcements. Liz.
Please forgive me, I do not have my eyes today, so I know. So we're going to have Zuma come up to speak about the care circles. Yeah, I mean, I can, I'll stall for you, okay. We have the TCP annual meeting coming up on March 10th. We'll be sharing with you the highlights from 2023 and plans for 2024. Also mark your calendars for March 17th at 1 p.m. We will be hosting Eddie Watkins, so be excited about that. Make sure you RSVP, okay? You ready? Yes. Okay, come on.
Morning, Centerpiece family. So I am here to talk about first the A Course in Miracles Care Circle, which is actually the oldest care circle that we have. It started back in 2015, April of 2015, and now my eyes. And this, see, when you do things on tablet and stuff, people send you messages and stuff, and see, this is not supposed. Okay, so my niece just sent me a text. Okay, so anyway, the oldest care circle we've had since April of 2015. A Course in Miracles is a self-study course consisting primarily of 3 sections: a text, a workbook, and a manual for teachers. Now, it's a self-study course. However, we choose to study it together because we gain more when we hear what others have to think, and what others think about different things. We have had several leaders in training, including Al Banks and Barbara Jones. Today, our leader in training, consistent and convicted, is Mrs. Banks, Cynthia. We study A Course in Miracles whose motivation is peace. It focuses on being willing to change our perceptions of everything, so we can remove the blocks to expressing love, which is what we are. Expressing it at its best, ourselves at our best. Sometimes we follow format and read the course in consecutive pages. At other times, we move around as Spirit leads us to particular topics. We meet every Thursday from 7:30 to 9. Members, we have our regulars, usually about 5 to 6. We have open chairs and more. And in-house today, 2 of our members, and you don't have to be a member of the congregation. You don't have to be here. Pam, who is with Linda back there, that's Linda, and that's Pam, our regulars. And Pam shows up here every now and then because Linda brings her. So you don't have to be a member of the congregation. It doesn't matter. But we have open chairs. Anyone interested, you can email miracles@thecenterofpeace.org, or call me, or talk to Cynthia, or something like that. You got anything you want to say? No? All right. Thank you. Wilhelmina.
She's ready.
I saw you over there. Also, we okay? Can you hear me? Okay. Louder? I can't talk louder. They don't want me to talk louder. No. No, Sandy's saying, don't do that. Okay. The second care circle, in conjunction with Wilhelmina, we started it in 2018. I'm supposed to call myself the care leader, the care circle leader. I'm saying we are the leaders here. We started it together back in 2018. She's considered, though, the leader in training for our group. We are dedicated to reading and discussing parts of the Guide for Spiritual Living, which you all may know as the Science of Mind magazine. It's a monthly magazine. It's been published since 1927, continually, and we meet the fourth Wednesday of every month for approximately an hour and a half from 7 to 8:30. We receive study guides for 4 of the articles of the magazine, and we point out what stands out in the articles for us. We aren't strict. We're not nothing strict. Even if you don't read all the articles, or any of them for that matter, you can still come because your input and you are both welcome. You don't have to be a member or even a congregant. We have one person who comes who's from California. She shows up from the Center for Spiritual Awareness, and she comes as well. You can order the physical or digital magazine from the CSL shop. Go online, just type in Science of Mind magazine. I prefer both for copying and pasting purposes. I send out stuff to people occasionally here and there, and Wilhelmina knows she does too. Oftentimes, you'll hear a reading from one of the magazines. Oftentimes, you'll hear something that comes from the Science of Mind magazine. It's an awesome magazine. There are daily readings. They have dailies for each day of the month, and that's optional. That's optional too, but it has nothing to do with the study guides and our study in particular. If you have anything you want to say before that, one of our regular members, Kamara, if you want to know anything about it from a participant's perspective, be sure to talk to Kamara Jordan.
I'm curious, how many of you do get the Science of Mind magazine? Oh, okay. Well, join us. It's some that are here that have joined us and are joining us. It's fun. It's really fun. Thank you.
It's just once a month. The fourth Wednesday of the month. Thank you.
Next is the Beyond the Four Walls. So yesterday was the Alan Ailey performance. Who went? You went? Was it good? Yes. It was good? Oh, great. Over the top. All right. I have to go next time. All right. But I was told it was a phenomenal time, and thank you everyone for coming out to that. Pictures will be in the next issue of Get Involved, Stay Inspired. Next up is the tickets for Philadelphia. That performance is Friday, April 12th, and they're selling quick. So please get your tickets. You can, I believe they're $46. You can purchase them through Breeze, and you can also pay in person. And I believe that is all. As always, practitioners are available for prayer. And housekeeping rules: if you have drinks or beverages or trash, just keep a lid on them and help keep the sanctuary clean. And that is all. Thank you.
Good morning.
So this is the last Sunday of Black History Month, and we want to acknowledge the mother of us all, Mother Africa, with a few pieces that will invite you to be communal, feel her energy and her ability to just engage us in life force energy.
Yeah. How's everybody feel? I think everybody, let's raise our hands up. Raise your hands up high. Say, I thank you for this day.
Thank you for this day.
I am so grateful for this day.
I am so grateful for this
Breathe
day.
in love. Exhale out love through your heart. Put your hand over your heart. Say, I am love.
I am love.
I am light.
I am
And
light.
for this I am so grateful.
And for this I am so grateful.
Ashe.
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 That means thank you. I welcome it. Now, we're going to do a song called by Baba Olatunji from West Africa. And it's a Yoruba song from the Yoruba nation. And also the song is called Aramile. Aramile, what you're saying is my body feels well this day. Say, my body feels well this day.
My body feels well this day.
And I sanction it.
I sanction it.
What we're playing are gourds. Let's show them what these are. You all, do you all know what gourds are? Yes? Yes, you shake your head, raise your hand, let me see. Who knows about the gourds? Thank you. You know, they're squashes, Mother Earth. And then we make the shakeres, then we're gonna play the shakeres. So right about now, it's called Aramile, and when we do African songs, it's a call and a response. Can I hear you say yes?
Yes.
Say Aramile, oh yeah, yeah.
Ramile, oh yeah, yeah.
Say, and what you're saying, my body feels well this day.
My body feels
It's an affirmation to the body. Yes? Aramile, Aramile, oh, Aramile, oh, yeah, yeah. Aramile, Aramile, oh, Aramile, oh, yeah, yeah. Aramile, Aramile, oh, Aramile, oh, yeah, yeah. Haramale, haramale, oh, haramale, oh, yeah, yeah. Haramale, haramale, oh, haramale, oh, yeah, yeah. Haramale, haramale, oh, haramale, oh, yeah, yeah. Haramale, 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 oh yeah, yeah. Haramale, 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 oh yeah, yeah. Haramale, 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 oh yeah. You sing. Haramale, 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 oh yeah, yeah. Haramale, 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 oh yeah, yeah. Sing. Haramale, 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 oh yeah, yeah. Haramale, haramale, oh, haramale, oh yeah, yeah. Haramale, haramale, oh, haramale, oh yeah, yeah. Haramale, haramale, oh, haramale, oh yeah, yeah. Haramale, 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 oh yeah, yeah. Haramale, 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 oh yeah, yeah. Breathe in love. Breathe in light. Light all around you. Light within you. Send light all over the world. Take a breath in. Let it go. Peace and blessings. Thank you.
morning, Center of Peace. Could you all stand and we will and repeat after me the affirmation. I still my mind.
I still my mind
And open my heart.
and open my heart
To receive guidance, love, and wisdom.
to receive guidance, love, and wisdom
From the divine.
from the divine.
All that I need.
All that I need
Is always available.
is always available,
And I simply need to avail myself to it.
and I simply need to avail myself to it.
You may be seated. And so it is. The reading today is taken from Radiance, Experiencing the Divine Presence by Gina Lake, chapter 5, pages 44 to 45. The divine speaks, talking to the divine. It is easy to talk to the divine because you have a direct line to it. You are never apart from it. No matter how apart you may feel, the divine is right here with you, sharing and participating in this life with you, because the divine is you and everything else. It doesn't abandon its creations, but lives inside them, silently and unobtrusively. It makes itself known in every moment, but it is hidden from plain view by its subtlety and non-demanding nature, and it is overshadowed by the prominence of the egoic mind. Because it is undetectable by your senses and incomprehensible to your mind, the divine is not felt to be real, and yet it created all that you consider real. It is the matrix behind all life. You can't see it or touch it, but you can and do experience it. You are never not experiencing it because you are its hands, eyes, ears, legs, and mouths of the world. It moves you through life, has experience through you, and evolves as a result of those experiences. The lines of communication between you and the divine are always open, but until you open them on your end, you can't receive the full benefit. If you don't know that communication is possible and already happening, you are likely to miss it because you won't be listening, and you won't be taking advantage of it by asking for help. The divine communicates to you constantly, but when you are involved with the mind, you often miss it. When your mind is quiet, you just might catch it. But if you don't believe the message is real and helpful, you may disregard it. Recognizing that such communication is possible is a big step in your evolution. It is a real breakthrough for the divine because it gives the divine an opportunity to have more of an influence. Before this, the mind is expected to guide your life. After this, it is possible to see that something else is guiding your life. You will still have challenges, but they will be ones designed by the divine for your growth, not problems your egoic mind have made up or actually created. It is more important to listen to the divine than to talk to it because it is always conveying something to you, whether you talk to it or not. Nevertheless, talking to the divine, especially asking questions, sets the stage for listening and can bring you specific insights you might not ordinarily catch. And so it is.
Is everybody good? We welcome for those who just came in. This is another African song that we're doing by Baba Olatunji, and that's called Aki Wowo. Does anybody know Aki Wowo? You know that song, Aki Wowo? Blue, do you want to dance? She used to dance with us, Blue. We're doing Aki Wowo. We used to play and dance together years with the children. I want to thank everybody last week that gave me celebrated my 80th birthday party. Thank you so much for the wonderful gifts, the cakes. It was awesome. I thank you so much.
You don't turn 80 every day, you know.
We don't turn it. You gonna really dance for real, Blue?
Come on, Blue.
Oh,
Come on,
well,
Blue.
we got a
She put you on the
celebration.
spot, Blue.
Hey.
She put you on the spot. That's all right.
That's all right, but the
Still
African is within
beautiful.
you and all around you. Yes, the song is called Aki Wowo, and when I say, we're saying a car driver on land, Aki Wowo, come and take us to our father's land. And I sanction it. O Sheo, Olokuile, can you say O Sheo?
Oh, Sheo.
Olokuile,
Oh, Sheo.
Jovo Bemi Dele, O Sheo. And what you're just saying, I sanction it. We're going for that beautiful ride together. Can I hear you say yes? Yes. Are we ready? Yes. Thank you. Come on.
Sounds like a train to me.
Come on, put your hands together. Come on. Bring in the light. The light love. Send light all over the world, you all. Hey! Ho! Aki ho ho. Holokuile.
She hasn't forgotten her
Aki
name.
ho ho. Holokuile. Joho baby dele. Joho baby dele. Ile baba mi. Aki ho ho. Holokuile. Aki wo wo, holokuile. Aki wo wo, holokuile. Jowo bemi dele, jowo bemi dele. Ile baba mi. Aki wo wo, holokuile. Aki wo wo, holokuile. Aki wo wo. Holokuile, Jowo bemi dele, Jowo bemi dele, ile baba mi, Aki wo wo, Holokuile. Janet McDonald, Tamara Jordan, Jan Jeffries,
And Blue
Mama Marcy.
Kind.
Thank you.
Blue Kind. Yeah. Everybody. We're so.
How about a hand for Blue? I bet you all didn't even know she did that, did you?
That was her cardio workout for today. We
Oh,
are
wait,
an
hold up,
affirming
everybody.
community.
Hold up. Take a breath, Blue. Take a breath. Everybody take a breath. And exhale out. Say happy birthday, Blue. Happy birthday, you. Happy birthday, Blue.
Only at the center of these.
Wow. Let's give them another round of applause, please. And thank you, Blue, for sharing your talents with us. Thank you so much. Okay. Thank you, Sandra, for the reading of the affirmation and treatment. And that affirmation and treatment was submitted by our licensed practitioner, Betty Boyd. Okay. So, we are now about ready to begin our question and answer session. Questions and answers from the congregants here and attendees here, as well as those online, about science of mind teachings. So if there are any burning questions that you have about some of the things that you have heard during Reverend Tawana's messages or during the readings, or something that you would like to know more about, I would like to open the floor to you to ask your questions. We have practitioners in the audience, and we will be answering your questions. Don't be shy. Yeah, we are. Mm-hmm. What? Oh, go right ahead. Yes.
Al, which mic do I grab? Which one has the...
Yes. When you came in today, you probably noticed that you had papers on your chair. Those papers are spiritual principles. And if you have any questions about the science of mind, spiritual principles, now is a good time to inquire.
I have a question from YouTube, from Rochelle Shelley. How to go deep? What does that mean?
The statement to go deep is to go beyond your initial reaction and your initial thoughts about whatever the situation is or about whatever's happening to you. To go beyond what is the obvious to that which is the cause. What is the belief behind what is happening with you? What is it that you are believing, and what is it that you are thinking that is creating the situation in front of you? So your initial reaction, say, could be anger. But anger, behind all anger is fear. So the question would be, what am I afraid of? That's going deeper. Any of the other practitioners want to respond?
You can kind of think of it as like looking at an onion. When you see an onion, you see that skin, and is that the onion? Yeah, but as you peel that skin back, you get more into the meat of it. That's when the tears start. That's when you get the fumes so going deeper is peeling back those layers, that first skin of the onion, and then it's kind of like, I kind of smell a little onion, and you peel back some more, and then it really gets till you get to the true sense of what it is that's got you feeling the way you feel or thinking what you think.
I was thinking about it as it relates to meditation. For me, I don't know about everybody else, but when you first sit to meditate, your mind is going, and maybe it stops going that many, and maybe just going and then finally you reach a place where you can feel that you're in a different space. For me, it's usually near the end of the time I'm going to meditate, but it's a feeling of moving out of this into this. So that's, for me, is the feeling of going deeper.
Donna Brown, you have a question?
Oh, I was just saying maybe an example, but you sort of day-to-day. An example of going deep that may really relate or give a more relevant experience, not abstract. I mean, I was asking for an example.
Right, and
I have one. No, I really do. At work, I have someone who works for me, and we had an interaction, and we have a really good relationship. And in this instance, he began to tell me what I should not do and what I should do. And usually I am really even. And I felt something come up in me, and I said basically to him, you don't tell me what to do. You don't tell me what to do. And I came out of a place that I don't usually inhabit. And I had to really sit and think with that. What was that about? What was it that triggered in me that reaction? And I started to think back, and I could hear my mother saying, you don't tell me what to do. I'm like, okay, it sounds familiar. But the more I sat with it, the more I sat with the idea of what Sandy said of fear that he was trying to be an authority over me. And it also came from race consciousness that this man was not going to get in my face and tell me what to do. But I had to sit with it, and I'm still sitting with it because I've been away for a week and now I'm getting ready to go back to work on Monday to really decide how am I going to approach this and what place am I going to be in to actually interact from a place of love with this person.
Good morning. I don't really know the wording of my questions. You have to bear with me a little bit. I have a very tumultuous relationship with God, with organized religion in general. And I struggle when we go through things and we use the word God. Because so much of my upbringing, I've seen God used in a negative way. and use God as a pretext for killing and war and all those different things. So what words do you guys interchange with that when you struggle with it? Because I believe in the spirituality. I believe in the idea of we all come from a good place and a loving place. We want to share that together. But when I literally hear songs that use the word God, it triggers me. Not just me.
Yeah.
You're home.
There are quite a few different words that you can use. Ultimate reality, omnipotence. You can use divine presence, the thing itself, and the list can go on.
And one of the things you said, from a pleasant place, the same words that you used, that represents God to you. Because it really comes down to it after you left where you were, what is your concept of God? God is everything. Everything. So whatever word you choose from a good place, joy, peace, whatever word you use, whatever works for you, whatever feels right for you, that's what God is. And God is you in form.
I'd like to say that God is a presence. God is not a man, a woman, or anything outside of you. And I think that's what. So you don't have this person or this ultimate something that's coming down on you. God is within you. It is a presence within you, whatever you call it, as we just said. But it is not outside of you. It is a presence within you, and you may call it it. You may call it divine mind. You'll find all of those terms in our readings. But the real important thing is God is within you, not outside of you, and not separate from you.
I understand that question exactly because I've been raised in a Baptist church, and we're raised in a traditional church to think of God in heaven out there somewhere. For me, that's why even I have problems when I say the word God. It's like I'm schizophrenic in here. I'm going like, okay, I know that's not what I'm talking about. So for me, I like to think of, and I don't like to use that, although it comes out automatically. So I think of God as spirit, as energy, because that's what we are.
Yep.
We are energy. And that helps me understand how we say God is everywhere and everything in all things, because it is energy. That's a scientific fact. Energy. And we are 99.99% energy that has created us. So I'm getting to a place now that I think of as we're almost like we're holograms. Where we see this, but we are not in actuality solid. Mm-hmm. So that's why we can say easily that we are God. We are a representation of God. We are energy formed to create this thing that we see, that I see. But I often say, and I teach a lot of times, in essence, because we're 70% water, we should be flowing, right? But we're not. So that's why it's easier for me to think of God as this energy, this life form of the quantum field, the matrix. That's ultimate. Everything is made out of the same. And that's how we can say God is everything, because everything's made out of molecules, which is 99% energy, which is what we are. So I understand that it is something we just have to mentally put in our head. When we're saying God, we're really talking about energy. And that's why we can say, you're God, I'm God. Love, feelings, they're all energy. Everything.
I just wanted to add to that you'll see God in print or a lot of our publications, but you will also see practitioners when praying in songs. We're referring to the source, the creator, the divine mind, the divinity. So sometimes when you're speaking or reading mentally, I know for me, I replace it with the creator when I say affirmations, the creator, the source, the one mind. So as you go deeper, you will acquire what fits best for you. Okay, but it's all the same.
I have a question. Anybody else going to respond to that? Because I have a question.
No, I wanted to say one more thing. I heard a practitioner speak, and she said, I got tired of trying to find 15 names for God. And she said, I just call it Herman or Hermine. She said, I understand that. I know exactly what that means, and that's it.
Yeah, we got one question on Facebook. It's, can't hear you. You're not up.
Maybe it's not on.
Am I up?
No.
Now?
Yes.
Okay. So the question was from Patricia Watson, and it's a question that she's been asked, and it is, what is the science of mind? So
She added to that question, she said, and how is it different from traditional Christian religions? Same question.
I want to say something. We just came back from convention, and one of the speakers said, and he knew that when he said it, it was going to shake some people up in the audience. What he said was, I've come to the conclusion that we are actually living the teachings of Jesus, not Christianity as it is. So just say, it's the teachings of Jesus without hell. Which I thought.
Yeah, and I think he also said, because we teach oneness.
Yes.
We teach love. We teach forgiveness.
But also one of the things that we've said, or what I learned as a practitioner, was that it's a science, it's a combination, it's a philosophy, a science, and a religion. You put all that stuff together and come out with what resonates with you. And the best part about it is that there really is no dogma. And Reverend Sheila used to always say, it's open at the top. Doesn't keep you from exploring anything else that you might want to explore to feed yourself and your soul.
We believe that all paths lead to God, whatever you want to call God. But there is no heaven. There's no heaven or hell, because it's all right here. You know, we are living the presence of God. We are co-creating with your God, with the divine mind. We are in partnership for our life with the divine mind.
And Dr. Ernest Holmes refers to it as applied Christianity. Applied. It's not just words. It's written that this is what Jesus said, and that's what we follow. He said, your spirit. He said, the kingdom of heaven is within. He said, seek first the kingdom. Basically, to teach love, because, God is what we are. He said, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. He didn't focus on the fact of what they did. Forgive them for doing... It's no longer real. It's applied Christianity.
For me, what I like about Science of Mind is that it focuses, it forces or asks us to look at ourselves, our thinking, not ask for something from someone or something outside of ourselves. So from that perspective, to me, Science of Mind is a way to evaluate my thoughts and understand how it impacts and manifests my life.
I have to say that when you said that, Zulma, I had a reaction. I had a visceral reaction. Intellectually, I understood what you said. I intellectually understood what that man said at the convention, but I had a reaction, and it was not a settling reaction. Just the whole Christianity piece kind of took me like, okay, now.
I think one of the common sayings in Science of Mind teachings, which Patricia just reminded me of, is change your thinking. change your life.
And as Patricia said, this science of mine is about personal responsibility. There's no blaming anything or anybody for what's happening in your life. It's about you going deeper and figuring out what your beliefs are that are being represented to you as your life. So if something's happening in your life that you don't like, that's disturbing to you, let's first think about what's going on within you. What are you believing? What are you thinking?
Yes, and one of our underlying teaching is oneness, that we are one with, I'll say, spirit, or one with that ultimate reality, and it is good, and all that it is ever available to us, and that's part of science of mind teaching.
I have a question here. This is from Susan Robinson. I know our teaching is to be for love and peace and to not be against anything. I have trouble staying in that. How does one stay in love when what you see and experience is cruelty, slavery, mass incarceration, and solitary confinement, which the UN says declares as a torture after 10 days? Long question. How do you stay in it? How do you stay in love when what you see and experience are those things?
I teach a course called Radical Forgiveness. And it's not saying forgive them for they know not what they do. It's saying that do not blame or do not see things outside of yourself as outside of yourself. One of the examples is a tapestry. If you've ever seen a tapestry and then you look on the back of it, and it's just a jumble of threads going everywhere. You can't see where they lead. You can't see what they're connected to. But on the front, it's a beautiful picture. We don't always know what's going on behind the tapestry. I like to think that when I see something happening, there's a reason, but I may not know the reason. When a person commits a crime or whatever, that person may have been there to learn that lesson. The fact that the result of the crime may create a situation that solves something way down the line. When you look at people who are making decisions that say, you say, that's horrible, how could they do that? Well, maybe they're making those kinds of decisions to teach us that that's not what we need to be doing, to teach everybody else that's not what we need to be doing. So there's a lesson in every circumstance, but the real lesson is to understand that God is there within every circumstance that is created or that happens. God is in that situation. It's for us to see that and to begin to change our perspective about the situation. Change our perspective. Change your thinking, change your life.
Go ahead, Jerry. You want to say something? That's a great.
The spiritual practices help us move through difficult situations that we can't or we don't understand, or that make us go to a place where we are emotionally reacting. And so meditation helps. Contemplation helps because they help us practice the principle. And one of the principles of this teaching is love. And yeah, treatment also. Prayer. Yes.
So if I may, one of the things that I think of right off, I try to simplify things because my ego always wants to complicate it. So if I'm an extension of God's love, that means I am love. Okay, that's my foundation. So I decided to incarnate in this planet of duality to learn something. So that duality experience is a hate or a fear that I have to deal with. The reset, speaking kind of in a computer or like a machine kind of term, the reset for that is forgiveness. You hit the reset. You forgive. Now, there's two ways you can forgive. You can forgive the person or the circumstance, or you can forgive yourself. And I find that to be the most important method of forgiveness. Because when someone does something to me, I have to remember that I have my own script that I'm following, they have their own script they're following. Our scripts just kind of coincide from time to time. And in my script, I obviously set the bar too high for that person.
Yes. Yes.
Oh my God, I didn't realize you were not capable of X, Y, Z. My bad.
Good point.
Now, I don't have to hang out with them no more. But I can forgive myself for having expectations that they couldn't meet. Yes. So that's my approach. That's all I want to say.
I wanted to say to Suzanne, she said, how do you stay in that place? You don't. We came here to be human beings. We're spiritual, but we're clothed in this. And so when things happen, for me, it's what is mine to do in this situation? What is it that I can do? Why am I here? Why am I experiencing it? And then I have to really think about that and sit with that. It may not be anything except hold the space. And one of the things that we talk about that's so important is the mental equivalent of what you want to see out picture.
Yeah.
And so we call ourselves the center of peace because we're holding the space for peace. So even if we don't see it in front of us, that's the space that we have to constantly be holding. And I know that given what's going on today, it's difficult, but it's the reality. And I don't think we should beat ourselves up for, snapping out when something is happening. But the truth is, you're not in that space all the time. You can't stay in that space all the time. And from my readings, if you can stay in that space all the time, then you've done what you need to do on this planet and you can leave.
Yeah, I just want to piggyback on that. It's about consciousness is what we're talking about. And Science of Mind and this teaching is telling us to hold that consciousness of peace and love. And the belief that if we hold it, it will change. Things do change, and I'm sure you've seen that. And the more you practice this, the more you hold that consciousness for whatever it is you desire, you will find it coming to you out of nowhere, out of nothing. You will have situations. So Suzanne's asking, how do we look at that? We don't look at that. We hold the vision of peace. We hold the vision of love. We hold this vision knowing even if it doesn't happen in my lifetime, it's happening. We also are aware that this teaching is saying everything is happening now. If you're in the present, as Reverend T speaks and what we talk about, the past doesn't matter. only the now, and the idea that moving forward, our vision is peace. Our vision is love. We may not see it.
Or we may.
Martin Luther King, that quote just came when I said that. We may not see it, but that doesn't mean it isn't happening now. That which we focus on is what appears in our life. So we stay focused on peace, we stay focused on love, we stay focused on forgiveness. It'll change your life. That's our teaching.
The Center of Peace has been my ground for many years. And what I did, I prayed to die, and I found out what forgiveness is all about. I had a first all-girls black band travel around the world, and my mom died. So I stopped everything, and I prayed to die. Had that accident and had a near-death experience. Head went through the windshield, crushed my face, said I would never see again, I would never sing again, knocked my eye out, pinned by my throat, wouldn't be able to sing again, wouldn't be able to smile again. But talking about forgiveness, here I'm 80 years old now. I'm smiling, singing, got a 6-octave range. I thank God for Center of Peace for keeping me grounded and being conscious of knowing the laws of God and the divine healing spirit. Forgiveness is the main key for love and light. Ashe.
Thank you for that. And you know, that word forgiveness gives people a charge, too. How am I supposed to forgive? I've heard somebody use the word release instead of forgive. It basically is saying, let it go. Because whatever that thing is, it was what it was. It was when it was. The problem isn't the thing. The problem is that we're still holding on to it. We're talking about a way of thinking here. We're talking about changing the way we think. We're holding on to that thing, and we're reliving it and reliving it. I call it, running a bad movie with no film. You just over and over and over again. So it's not about saying that what that thing, as Jerry said, now, Father, forgive them thing. Not that, but to be willing to just let it go. Just let it go, to release it. Because the truth is that you can't really not let go of what's already gone. And by trying to do that is causing us pain.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for sharing. This is really very helpful. I just wanted to say that what came to me, I don't know if she spoke on it last week or what Reverend T said about relationship. To remember that it is a ship. Okay, that sometimes it's going to be rocky, sometimes the waters will be calm, but if you commit to the relationship, then you go with the flow. And that has really, I'm sharing that because it's been really, when she said that, it was like, oh, okay, no wonder this isn't working. Because you want it to be okay, you want everybody to be okay. Mm-hmm. I mean, if you're committed to that consciousness. And when it's not, it feels very uncomfortable, but to think of it as a ship, to know that it's going to be rocky. Sometimes the thing is just to know that you're in a ship and to not rock the boat. Thank you.
I like that. I wanted to say that the other thing to remember in this teaching is that we believe that God is good. Mm-hmm. Always. Mm-hmm. So if you believe that God is good, then you look for the good in everything. And in everyone, because we're all one.
Yeah. That triggered me, because because see, Webster's dictionary. We're taught duality, so we think, well, if that's good, then what about this bad? These things that Susan just mentioned. What about those things? And what I forget. Is that it really is all God. It's all God. See, we tend to define slavery or murder or rape or whatever as bad, but God is in all of it, in all of it, in all of it. And what Sandy just said, my place, my role is to see where do I have to be thankful? What do I learn from it? Because all things are lessons that life is having me learn. All things are lessons that life is having me learn. So whatever situations that I've experienced that I didn't like, that hurt, that where I was shooting on it, it shouldn't have happened that way. It should have been this. Why did that have to happen? We should on everything. We should on everything. We need to stay out of the should house. That's our problem. We hang out in the should house. Get out of the should house. That's my quote. So put my name on it if you have to. but shooting on it as opposed to accepting, and that's the thing. Accept and release. Accept and release, because it is what it is. It really is all God. And if you look at it, God, good, spirit, energy, whatever word you choose, use, it doesn't matter, and it doesn't care. Whatever word you choose, somebody said to tell you, use good instead of God. It's the same thing. It doesn't care, but we're trying to define God, and that's where the problem comes in. We think it should be a certain way. It is what it is.
I just wanted to add, when we're talking about changing your life and change your thinking, change your life, we also have to remember you have to change our behavior and our energy. It's a combination of going from your consciousness to your heart. So an important aspect also is, we always say change your thinking and what you feel inside. You've got to have that deep feeling of love. You've got to have that commitment. You have to have that energy. For years, I said, change your thinking, change your life, but recently I've come to really recognize and know the feeling of love, the feeling of energy that when you're experiencing this and forgiving, you're also feeling that love of that individual, that thing, that circumstances, because that's the underlying, so that which will change your behavior. Because if you're acting in a way and still thinking the old way, that's not it. You've got to change that energy and the love in your heart to love everybody, to love everything, and see beyond the obvious. Thank you.
That feeling, being able to feel what it is that you intend, that you want, is so important. And it goes across your life. If you want to be successful, think that you're successful and feel it. Put yourself in that place and feel it. If you want to be happy, feel happy. Put yourself in that place to feel it. And that goes across.
I always got something to say, and I was sitting there saying, I ain't going to have nothing to say today. But, see, God is within me. So when God says speak, I believe that's what I heard, so I get up and speak. When God say, you got a belief in action because I'm working through you and you're listening to me, you get up and speak. So when I heard my brother over there trying to come up with what to call God, call it Callista when you feel like it. Call it Reverend Tawana when you feel like it. You know why? Because you know in your heart, when you hear the truth, it resonates. And I can tell you, the first time I realized when they tried to baptize me, they tried to drown me because they didn't tell me they were going to throw me in this water to make me all what I already knew I was and a bag of chips. I remember Reverend Sheila saying, I was on the second row. She says, you're whole, perfect, and complete. The tears started coming down. And I'm looking around because I know what I was doing, so she didn't know what she was talking about. But she knew her truth, so she could see the truth in me. And then I started believing it. So I started grabbing every book I could find that was not going to tell me I'm no good because I'm black, I'm no good because I'm a woman, I'm no good, all of that. I found some books. One was called This Thing Called You.
Yes, Lord.
Now, my grandmother took me to her knee and read the Bible. I take myself to the knee and I read This Thing Called You, because you know what it said? They forgot to say I'm all that in a bag of chips. They didn't know it. I interpreted, because in that book, it told me just who I was, and I was able to then remember what Reverend Sheila was saying. Whole, perfect, and complete. Why wouldn't I be? God, it, and let me tell you, when I was able to say she, that's when I knew I had overcome a lot of the stuff that was put in me. So no, you walked in here one day and you heard something that made you keep coming back, and we all keep coming back. That was that God in you, and you heard that inner voice, and we welcome you. You heard that clap, that means sit down.
That book, This Thing Called You, is by Ernest Holmes as well, by the way.
One of the things that I've come to understand from my experience in life is that I have gone through some challenges only to get to a present time. Those challenges gave me the lesson for me to get through circumstances that I did not foresee that I would be in. So everything's not always a problem or something happening to me. It's happening for me so that I can do what I need to do for me to move forward joyfully and love and happy.
There's a book, and I can't remember the exact, I think it's called The Seed of the Soul, maybe. But one of the things that I got from that, Seed of the Soul, and it may not be that book, or it may be The Care of the Soul. Care of the Soul. Care of the Soul. By Moore, yeah, Care of the Soul. But one of the things, by Thomas More, but one of the things that was said in that I just took, it just resonated so much with me, is that he said the soul will bring to itself that which it needs to grow and evolve.
Yeah.
I'm paraphrasing. But your soul will seek the experiences, the circumstances that you need, that the soul needs to evolve. So when you find yourself in some circumstances a little uncomfortable, there's a lesson for you to learn. That's why it's coming to you. For whatever reason, however difficult, so see it that way and find the lesson. Find what it is in there that you need to learn.
It's on? Okay. I, too, am, well, I don't know if anybody said this. I'm triggered by all good, right? God is all good. I can accept that the duality, like yin and yang, there's light and dark, but there's no judgment on it. Like there's no qualitative word, light is light and dark is dark, or like a battery that has a positive charge and a negative charge. But those, I can accept that is all encompassing of the one, right? But when we get to the point where I have to define the dark as good as opposed to just dark, that's where I just fall off.
And you said it, judgment. That's the thing. It's about judging it. If we look at it, it just is.
I'm noticing every night when I go to bed and turn off all the lights, and for like 15 seconds, it's dark. And then I realize, no, it is not dark, because I can see. There is darkness. It really is nothing, no thing, as we say. It's just, it's a mind thing. What we're all talking about, it's a consciousness. We use the word think. We think we're thinking, but then what are we really thinking inside? Our consciousness. Because we as humans are capable of saying things and say, I believe this, I believe that, but in our heart, we don't. And we're capable of saying these things and believing we think these things, but we really don't. We're just repeating. We're just repeating what we think we learn. So the part about this teaching is really about getting in control or aware of your consciousness. What are you really believing inside? Not what your mind is telling you, and not what you've memorized how to say. And that requires meditation classes, working with a practitioner, just being aware of your consciousness, those thoughts that are going through your head. And then there's what you think you're saying. You say, I believe in this, but inside you're going like, no, I don't. And are you aware that you really don't? Because we say things so much that we're not aware of what we're really believing in our hearts. And that's also where we create from. Consciousness and heart. They call brain-heart cohesion. And now the scientists are saying all this, and I'm just amazed that Ernest said all this in 1926. Yep. And he created this teaching and created, excuse me, came through him to teach us this teaching. And everything that he is teaching, this teaching is now being proven scientifically.
Deb, can I just footnote that Ernest pulled together a lot of ancient teachings. Yes. A lot of indigenous people already knew this, had a relationship with the planet and with the beyond. And it came through a lot of different people, and he was smart enough to go and look at all of them and pull out the commonalities of it and the understanding of how the universe actually works.
We're going to take one more question before we close.
Okay, to sum it up, consciousness, heart, feeling. What you're thinking, take that energy and stop and ask yourself, what am I feeling in this moment? That is the most important aspect. Feeling. I'm complete. Just a question that comes up, and this will be the last one, and if you have some question regarding this, but a question that comes up a lot is, what are practitioners for, and what do they do? Many of us, you see us wearing the purple stoles, you see us going into the prayer room. We do a lot of things, but most importantly, we hold the consciousness for the center of peace. We hold that consciousness. We are also here for prayer, which we call affirmative treatment. We're here for prayer. We're here to pray. We have a prayer line, actually. We have, and so when someone asks for prayer, we put it out to the prayer line, and then each one of us says a prayer. And I'm telling you, prayer is so powerful. It is so powerful. What you do, what you pray for yourself individually, when we pray as a group, it is just so powerful. We're here every Sunday to do individual prayers with you. If you find a circumstance that you're feeling like you just really can't get through, or you need help, support, we hold that space for you. We say affirmative prayer for you. We also do sessions. We do spiritual counseling sessions with people if they feel like they need a one-on-one. So we're available to do that as well. Did I miss anything, y'all?
Is there a fee to come to practitioners' a session? I'm sorry. Is there a fee for coming to a practitioner for a session?
For our spiritual counseling sessions or spiritual coaching sessions, there is a fee. Each practitioner charges whatever they want to charge, so it may differ. But the fee is really not to pay us for something. It's really about your being conscious that what you're getting is of value to you. So we don't do it for free, but it's usually not. It's a nominal fee.
The prayer is free.
The prayer is free.
It's the time you're paying for and the consciousness and the 200 hours worth of training that we went through.
Time skill, that's right.
But it is not for prayer after service.
Right.
That doesn't have any fee.
What I wanted to say is don't hold back because you heard the word fee and you got to pay. As a practitioner, I often have people come and say, can I have a session? And when I say how much I charge, and I say, that's not what we're going to discuss right now. Just tell me what you want the session for. And then when I get into this session with the person, they say, well, how much do you charge? What is it? This is me personally. What is it that you would like to pay for this session? But don't ever not do a session because you don't have money in your pocket, because that's thinking lacking. And I tell people, I'm going to pay my bills whether you let me get some money from you. But what I will receive is the ability to pray, because Reverend Sheila said, when I pray for someone else, I'm praying for myself, because you attract to you what that prayer is that you need. So please, y'all,
true.
all come and ask Calista, because I need all the prayer in the world.
And just to piggyback on what Calista said, the fee. I know. Fees that you pay the practitioner are also like tithing to the center, or tithing to whoever is feeding you and feeding your consciousness. Whether you tithe to the center, whether you tithe to an organization because they're feeding you, it's about you. About you having a consciousness that there is no lack in my life and I am able to give. And the more you give, believe me, the more you receive. And that I can consciously say I've experienced.
Me
So,
too.
Okay, so thank you all for participating. Yes, thank you all. And let's stand and have a prayer to close our Q&A session.
practitioners.
Yeah, practitioners. We are ever grateful to Spirit, that life, that divine intelligence that is guiding each of us, that is at the essence of all of our beings, like a compass, taking us in the way that we are to go for greater unfoldment, for richer living, for greater expression of love, goodwill, compassion, and care. And for them helping us demonstrate our personal magnificence, our personal excellence. Thankful for all the questions, the talking back and forth, the answers that have been given, knowing that they will help us continue on our path. And we know that as we go forward, it is only good, good, and more good, because we claim it so and we put those words into the law. And so we continue to be a community where we support each other, where we hold each other up, and where each of us does our best to know the truth about each other. And that is that we are whole, that we are perfect, that we are complete, that we are one with Spirit, and that Spirit is ever available to us. We give thanks, and so it is.
And so it is.
Our practitioner, Patricia, Patricia will be coming up for tithes and offerings.
Okay. Hello, everyone. This is the time that we give to the Center of Peace. So if you could take out your offering and just hold it to your heart and remember and know that all forms of giving moves the Center of Peace forward, giving financially, giving of your time, your talents. It's all appreciated and helps the ministries of the Center of Peace. And as we think about our offerings, just also think about what you experience here at the Center of Peace. The love you experience on Sundays, the courses that are available, the children's church, the technical crew. This is all based on our giving. It is a blessing from our giving. And so as we realize that, let's just say thank you. Thank you for what we offer. And so it is.
And so it is.
You're my life, you're my breath, you're a smile, you're my guest. You're the earth, you're the sun, you're the grass, you are love. You're my hands, you're a bug, you're my eyes, you're a hug. You're the light in the dark, you're the spark, you are fun. You're my mom, you are water, you're the stars, you're my daughter. You're my friend till the end, you're my dreams, you're my father. You're the ants on the ground, the miracles that surround. I'm feeling it all around, the hemisphere in the clouds. You're my pain, you're my sorrow, you're my hope for tomorrow. You're the strength when I'm hollow, you're the path that I follow. You're the blessings that exist, the small things that are bliss. The gift to realize that everything
all that I am, all that I see, all that I've been, and all that I'll ever be is a blessing. It's so amazing, and I'm grateful for it all, for it all. Grateful for it all.
You're the blessings every time I try to count. You're the lessons that I learn every time I turn around. You're the water when I'm burned every time I think I found everything I'm looking for. You're the sign saying stop to take a bow and keep moving forward and start looking towards your heart. It'll open all the doors and only then you'll start to hear the world singing chorus with your mind and heart. Aligned in purpose, everything
All
will feel
that I
gorgeous.
am, all that I see, all that I've been, and all that I'll ever be is a blessing. It's so amazing, and I'm grateful for it all,
Every day I sit and pray cause what I have is more than I deserve or could ever imagine. How do I give back to all of this magic and spread the love so everybody can have it? Doesn't matter if I'm rich or poor, if I got a family or if I'm all alone. Bad things happen, I can just complain and moan. But there's a million things that I can be grateful for.
all that I am, all that I see,
everything I hope and
all
everything I
that I've
dream, everything I
been,
feel
and all
and everything I
that
be.
I'll
I
ever
look deep down and feel all the
is a
blessings, everything I am and everything I see, everything I hope and everything I dream, everything I feel and everything I be. I'm grateful for it all. It's amazing. Everything I am and everything I see, everything I hope and everything I dream, everything I feel and everything I be. I look deep down and feel all the blessings, everything I am and everything I see, everything I hope and everything I dream, everything I feel and everything I be. I'm grateful for it all. It's amazing.
grateful for it
You're the blessings that exist, the small things that are bliss, the gift to realize that everything is a gift.
And so it is.
So I thought this girl was working out like crazy, but she wasn't.
And we've come to the end of our service. We'll sing our closing song. Everyone's.
Choir members in the house? Come over this way. Great. Thank you for today, practitioners.
Thank you.
Thank you.
There was a time in my life I thought I had to do it all by myself.
Didn't know the grace of God was sufficient. Didn't know the love of God was at hand.
But now I can say, if you're discouraged, struggling just to make it through another day,
you have got to let it go.
let it go.
Let it all go.
Let it go. Let it go.
And this is what you have to say. Everybody.
I release
And I let go. I let the Spirit run my life. And my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith, I see the light. I am free. And no more strife. With my faith, I see the light. I am free. I am free in the Spirit. Only here for God. I release and I let it go.
Let it go.
Let it go. Let it go. Let it run your life. In my heart is open wide. Only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith,
I see the light.
free.
I am free.
Only here for God. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Only here for God. Yes, I'm only here for God. Yes, I'm only here for
And as we move into the rest of our day, let's just know that Spirit is with us at all times. All questions are blessings, all answers are blessings. And so it is.
And so it is. Thank you, Sue. Good job, good job.
You are sacred love, sacred. Lead the way, God, lead the way. I want to live in such a holy place. Such a holy place. You are deepest joy, deepest joy is all that you are. You are deepest joy, God, deepest joy is all that you are. Show the way, God, show the way. I want to live in such a state of grace. Lead the way, God, lead the way. I want to live in such a holy place. Show the way, God, show the way. I want to live in such a state of grace. Lead the way, God, lead the way. I want to live in such a holy place. Show the way, God, show the way. I want to live in such a state of grace. Lead the way, God, lead the way. I want to live in such a holy place. Show the way, God, show the way. I want to live in such a state of grace. Lead the way, God, lead the way. I want to live in such a holy place. Such a holy place. You are sacred love, sacred.